Do you believe in magic? Don't worry, I'm not going to sing. But do you believe in Kenny Pickett? Here's the question. Do you believe in Kenny Pickett? G'day guys, welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. 2 videos. That's crazy. We had the roster update and now this one, Kenny Pickett. But I really want to talk about Kenny Pickett because it feels like this week that's the overwhelming, I guess, narrative. And Kenny Pickett got 126 yards last week, 0 TDs, 0 interceptions, all that kind of stuff. Now the Steelers won the game. We won the game 23-19. We got the Kazi interception. We got the running game was cracking. By the way, the running game is fantastic. It is 1A, 1B. Najee Harris, Jalen Warren, 100 yards. Shout out to him. Playing good football. There is no starter controversy. That's all kind of made up. Until I see Jalen Warren get more touches and start the game, it's Najee 1A, 1B. But they're getting the same touches anyway. Anyways, going on a bit of a tangent. It is now Kenny Pickett talk, right? And I want to ask you this question because I did ask you guys this question. And I asked, do you believe in, not magic. Do you believe in magic? No. Do you believe in Kenny franchise? I think I've said this before over and over again. And I want to bring this this poll up if I can. And oh my goodness, it is all over the shop. Things are going everywhere. I don't know what happened just then. It might have been a bit of crazy stuff, but let's see. So I want to bring this poll up. And the honest question I was asking the other day on Steelers Nation Australia, that is this channel right now that you're watching. If you are a big fan or you like the content, make sure you hit the sub and the like and the notification bell. Do everything, if you want to, that every YouTuber that has ever existed in life has ever asked you to do. If you want to. It's up to you. But that's pretty much just the same spell everyone does. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Make sure you hit the like, the sub, all that kind of stuff. Every single YouTuber out there, and I'm a YouTuber, I'm a bloke in my room talking Steelers, but I'm a YouTuber, has ever said in their life, make sure you hit this, hit the like, hit that, and I don't know, whatever. If you want to, it's up to you. But let's carry forward. So, honest question, do you believe in Kenny Pickett? I asked you guys from Steeler Nation Australia on the community post. I got 189 votes. I had yes, and I had nah, mate. And that's what I kind of expected, to be honest. 61% had yes, and 39% said, nah, mate. And you know what? That's kind of okay. It's kind of okay to see that. I'm a believer of Kenny Pickett. I'm a believer of this team. I'm a big believer of and supporter of the Steelers being 6-3. Now, I think Kenny Pickett doesn't get the best raps because he's not got the stats behind him, but he's got leadership qualities about him. Mike Tomlin likes him. Cameron Hayward likes him. The offense likes him. The O-line starting to get behind Kenny Pickett. And right now, Kenny Pickett is the guy. So even if we don't believe in Kenny Pickett or we do believe in Kenny Pickett, he's the guy for this offense. That's just the way it's going to be. It's the way it's going to be, and they're going to run with him for this year and hopefully run with him next year. And at some point, like, I understand you can be critical and he can't throw this, can't do this, got small hands, whatever. But at some point, we've got to come back and just go, all right, he's our quarterback. Let's enjoy the season. They're getting a running game now. They've now got Jones there at right tackle. We've got Dan Moore on the left. You've got a pretty good O-line when they start to fire up and push people out of the way, with leading by example by Isaac Siamalo and James Daniels. Okay, they're playing good football at that point. They just need to see a little bit more from Kenny Pickett. And I get that. The accuracy's been off. He hasn't been targeting the middle of the field, but we need to see Frymouth get back out there. They haven't been throwing the ball to Darnell Washington that much. They've been trying to get Hayward involved too. They haven't got the ball to Austin that much either. Now, DJ, he's got to catch that ball, okay? Got sidelines, 40-yard pass, on the money, got to catch it. Pickens last week, big run, middle of the field. Austin can't make that play where he knocks someone out of bounds and gets a flag. So when I say, do you believe in Kenny franchise or do you believe in Kenny Pickett? Like, I do. I really do. I think he can take this team and lead this team, if that's even hand the ball off 40 times, because this team right now is running the football. That's what they want to do. So he's part of the offense, and I don't want to hear this narrative, we didn't win because of Kenny Pickett or he's holding offense back. No, he's part of the offense. And if you go to the football games, you'll see that. Just because he's not throwing all the stats out there, 300 yards, 350, whatever. I talked the other day where I had in comparison, here's Joe Burrow, right? In comparison, this is Joe Burrow. 13, 23, 223, 1 TD, 2 interceptions, 3 sacks. So that's Joe Burrow, right? I'm not saying he's better than Joe Burrow, but right now, last week, Lamar Jackson lost. Josh Allen threw 2 picks, and Josh Burrow lost 2. They're all losing games. Kenny Pickett was the only one that won out of those high praise quarterback. They're getting paid all the money. And now Deshaun Watson, he might be injured this week. So to me, I'm getting behind Kenny Pickett. One, because it's fun to. Like this kind of like the very, very beginnings of the Steelers, careers, and Najee Harris going into his third year, and Warren going into his second year as an undrafted free agent, right? It's fun. It's really fun to get behind the players right now and watch their journeys and the individual storylines I talked about the other day. It's fun to see this kind of stuff. So when I say, do you believe in Kenny Pickett? I do. I'm not going to sit here and say no. If you can, you want to, and we saw the poll. The poll is 61-39. If you don't, you don't. Sweet. Then you watch the defense win games. You watch the guys run the rock, because they're going to do that anyway. But versus the Browns, if we see Kenny Pickett get 2 TDs, 250, 300 yards, 0 interceptions, and win the game 27-24 or 27-21, then yeah, maybe more people might start to believe it. So I understand guys are on the fence. I get that. We had Big Ben for so many years. We saw 500 yards, 5 TDs, all this stuff. We saw AB, we saw Wallace, Montavious Bryant down the sidelines, all Santonio Holmes, all these kind of big plays. And now we have a new quarterback into his second year and like that sophomore slump. I understand it. I get it. But at the same time, I think the way the Steelers are playing, the way the Steelers are trying to find their identity, right, is the 2-back set, the 1-2 punch, the 1A, 1B. You roll with that because it's working, and you build off that. Kenny Pickett should be throwing the football 25 to 30 times a game. That's it. No more than that. Any more than that, that means they're behind. And if he can convert 21 out of 30 or 20 out of 30 or 22 out of 30 for 200 yards and 2 TDs, that's fantastic, because otherwise you're running the ball with Warren and Najee there. So anyways, guys, I believe, let me know in the comments if you do believe too. I know I get a lot of comments saying he sucks, he's terrible, he's trash, he's awful. They're not takes. They're just one word opinions of he's trash. There's nothing behind that. What's behind that? Tell me why he's trash. Tell me why you don't believe in this guy. Tell me why you think he has the tangibles or the skills to not take it further. Tell me why you think he's got a ceiling like this, where it's just above my microphone, not there, right? I think he's going to get better every single week. He does look a bit out there right now. He does look like he's seen ghosts, and he's not going through his progressions, and he's, a bit hesitant to throws, and his accuracy looks off. I understand that. I see that. At the same time, though, each and every week, I think we're so critical every week. One week he plays well. We think he's going to be a Pro Bowl caliber quarterback. The next week he plays really terrible, and we think he's a bust. You can't have that mindset. You got to keep going. You got to keep looking through all the games. And he's still only now played, I think, 20 games, but he's got a record of like 15 or 14 and 4 or something like that. He's got a pretty good record winning games. And he's also winning games in the fourth quarter. And no one talks about him in the fourth quarter where he ran for the first down to get the clock moving too. So there's more than just, I think, stats being 126 yards. There's more than just that. I believe in Kenny Pickett. Do you guys believe in Kenny Pickett? Let me know in the comments below, because it was 61% to 39%. So let's see what happens. Big game, man. Big game versus the Browns this week. It's going to be Kenny Pickett and the Steelers going into Cleveland. That's crazy. They're 6-3. Like, they're 6-3, and their fan base is cheering, having fun, going crazy. Like, oh my goodness, we're going Super Bowl. We're 6-3, and half of our fan base is like, oh, we can't win the big one. We can't go to the playoffs. The standard is a standard. Isn't that crazy? Because the Browns are like, well, woo, let's go. Let's fire up. And Steeler Nation's like, we can't do anything. We need a better quarterback. Bring back Ben. We need this guy. It's like, oh, man. And you know what, too? Last point. Matt Canada has been calling some good football. He's 2-0 on the sidelines. And also, to Mike Tomlin's credit, too, Mike Tomlin has got this team ready. With all the personnel decisions going on, and Mike Tomlin and the injuries and players going in and out all the time, personnel-wise, they've been playing good football. They've used Darnell Washington on the line a lot. They've used now Broderick Jones coming in for right tackle, for swinging him around on that position. The O-line has stepped up. And this is the time now where you start to run the football because it gets really cold. Really cold in America going into your winter. My summer here is really hot. Your winter is like your 30s or 20s or whatever it may be. It goes to my 30s in Celsius, but your 30s in Fahrenheit. This time right now is where you run the football and you play action pass with Kenny Pickett, and he'll get better each and every week. I'll see you.